consider the many blessings our Maker has bestowed upon us and to reflect upon how fortunate we are to hold citizenship in this great country. Offering our invocation this afternoon is Vicar Amanda McGlynn. Please rise for the invocation and then please remain standing for our national anthem.
Good and gracious God, we thank you for the gifts you have given us to come together this day, a culmination of hard work and dedication. We thank you for able bodies and for the joy of community. We thank you for the players, coaches, cheerleaders, musicians, staff, and all those who make days like this possible. And most of all, Lord, we thank you for the abundant blessings you give all of us that we can't thank you enough for your guidance, your grace, your mercy, and your love. Amen.
Please remain standing for our national anthem. Joining the Spirit of LR today are 35 students representing high schools from Western and Central North Carolina. This is the second week of our high school band days with the Spirit of LR. We know there are some future Bears in this group of musicians on the field with our band. Join the band as we salute our great country with this performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the reigning 2019 NCAA Game Day National Champions, your Lenoir-Rhyne.
Welcome you into historic Moretz Stadium at the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University, where the UNC Pembroke Braves will close out a 4-game road trip with a chance at a program-changing victory as they take on the undefeated 9-0 SAC champions, the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, sitting at number 7 in the national polls and leading Super Region 2. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us here at the UNCP Sports Network. John Gross coming to you live from Hickory, North Carolina, and it is a cold one. Temperatures in this portion of the state dropping into the low 40s. We are currently at 42 degrees, but clear skies, a little bit of wind, and no precipitation in the air. So it is November football weather. It's to be expected in this part of the country at this time of the year. The Braves will be facing the cold weather really for the first time this season. But not only the weather, they're facing arguably the best opponent they've played all year long. UNCP coming off of a heartbreaking loss last week against Newberry down in South Carolina. A game that the Braves took to overtime after coming back in an early deficit. Early deficit, that's been a key storyline for UNCP the last few weeks. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in our pre-game coverage. But first, recapping last week's game against Newberry. The Braves forcing it to overtime, but in regulation had an opportunity to take a late lead. A Hunter Braswell missed extra point, kept the score at 31-all, and after UNCP scored a field goal on their possession of the first overtime, Newberry responded with 6, and that was all she wrote. For Lenoir-Rhyne, they're coming off of one of the biggest games in their program's history. They took on Wingate last week for the NCAA Division II game of the week, and they took down Wingate 20-13. And the storyline there, a couple of big plays, courtesy of Jaquay Mitchell. Had two touchdown catches of 90 and 41 yards respectively, 3 catches overall. Those 2 touchdowns, the only 2 touchdowns of the game for LR. And the Braves will certainly look to keep Jaquay Mitchell in check this afternoon. UNCP, talked about it before, some of these close losses last few games. First 3 games of this road trip, 3 losses, but just by a combined 16 points. And the major reason why is because they get behind early. You look at the Wingate game, they were trailing 28-3 at halftime. Against Tusculum, down by a touchdown at the midway point. And then last week against Newberry, they were able to overcome a multiple score deficit early in the first half and got within 3 at halftime, but still trailing at halftime every single game of this road trip so far. And today against the Lenoir-Rhyne team that hasn't shown really any signs of weakness this season, UNCP certainly cannot afford to get in the hole very early, as the 3-6 Braves and 9-0 Lenoir-Rhyne Bears just about 10 minutes or so from kickoff. Here we'll take a quick break, but when we get back, got a chance to chat with head coach Shane Richardson about this big-time matchup. Braves looking for their first victory over a top 10 opponent since 2013. Can they do it today? We'll find out in just a bit. This is UNCP football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time!
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Here at Moret Stadium at the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University, just about 7 minutes away from kickoff between the 3-6 UNCP Braves and the 9-0 and 7th ranked Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Had a chance to chat with UNCP head football coach Shane Richardson. In the lead up to this matchup, let's see what Coach Richardson had to say heading into this big-time game against Lenoir-Rhyne.
Coach, big game this weekend against a top 10 opponent. What are some of the things that you've been focusing on in practice leading into today's matchup?
Well, I think really just a lot with our morale and our energy. And, I think at this point in the season, with a couple of tough, close games here that we've had lately, it'd be easy to really, kind of get down on ourselves and be disappointed and discouraged and let that affect how we come out and practice and prepare. And, I really like the demeanor and just the vibe that our team is giving this week. And, we're looking at this as a great opportunity, and I think guys are really taking it serious, and there's a lot of positive energy going on, and I think, we're ready to step up to this.
You mentioned those 2 close losses the last 2 weeks. What do you think has to be done to take that next step and come away with those wins in close games on the road?
Well, there's about 12 plays that are left out on that field. And we went through on Monday night and just looked at some of those. And it's a full collective team execution commitment is what it is. I mean, we can't go 3 and out on offense. We can't miss extra points. We can't give up big plays for guys not knowing their assignments on defense. We can't, not play the right man-to-man technique in overtime and give up a touchdown pass. I mean, there's about 12 of those scenarios that are out there where, everybody's got to lock in and know how critical every single play is and everybody's responsibility is at any given moment. And, I'm not a believer that, it's ever one play, one player that costs us the game. It's a collection of all of those, whether it's in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. A lot of things could have been done differently and better so that we would not have been in that position, so that we could have gotten over the hump and won that game.
When you look at Lenoir-Rhyne on the offensive side of the football, they'll give you multiple looks, a lot of motion, some unbalanced lines. What type of challenges does that present to your defense?
Yeah, absolutely. They do a great job with just keeping you just off balance, and they've got a great running game, but they can also throw the ball. And so you got to be able to line up and know what you're doing. You got to be able to be very, very sound, because they are very disciplined. They're very physical, and so we've got to be able to match that intensity. We've got to be able to be physical back and be able to really match up well with all of our assignments. And so if we can do that, obviously we give ourselves a chance to be competitive right there and a chance to win the game. But obviously we've got to be able to match that for 4 quarters.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck today.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Lenoir-Rhyne starting to take the field here at Moretz Stadium. Kickoff under 4 minutes away between UNC Pembroke and the number 7 Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. These two teams played last year, and it was a lopsided affair in favor of the Bears. Final score 51-3. Lenoir-Rhyne led at one point 51-0. Again, this is a very good Lenoir-Rhyne team, as we touched on before. The Braves cannot afford to get behind early, and that's been a difficulty for them. Falling into early deficits, then having to fight their way back into games. And it's certainly tough to do that against a top 10 opponent with a rushing offense and a defense like the Bears have, as UNCP makes their way out onto the field as well. It's about 3 minutes away from kickoff between the Braves and the Bears. Last season, Lenoir-Rhyne 12-2. They made the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament. They have their sights set for another postseason run, and really remarkable the job that head coach Drew Cronick has done here. Just his 2nd season, the year before he inherited the program, this was a 3-win team, and then last season turns them around. They win 12 games in 2018. They're 9-0 this season. He has not lost a regular season game, and again, incredible job that he's done. Won AFCA Coach of the Year last year. The former Furman Paladins offensive coordinator took his talents to Lenoir-Rhyne and brought them back to their national power status. But UNCP an opportunity to come up with an upset and to also spoil senior day for this Lenoir-Rhyne senior class. We'll take one final quick break. When we return, we'll have kickoff live from Moretz Stadium, a non-conference battle. UNCP, their final road game of the season, wrapping up a 4-game road trip, and they look to finish it on a high note. Tough challenge for the Braves. We'll see if they are up for the task, as the captains are now at center field, and we'll take a quick break here on the UNCP Sports Network. Kickoff when we get back.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
UNC Pembroke wins the toss and they defer to the second half, so they'll be kicking off to Lenoir-Rhyne to get things started. The Bears in their maroon jerseys with black letters and numbers, a white stripe down the side, and black helmets with a maroon LR on both sides. UNC Pembroke sporting their white road uniforms, gold letters, but they're going with the black pants and bringing out the black helmets as well. Next week at UNCP is American Indian Heritage Game, and they will be wearing their uniforms that are a tribute to the Lumbee tribe, which are yellow and black jerseys. But again, this Saturday, white jerseys, black pants, and a black helmet for the Braves. UNCP kick it off right to left. Hunter Braswell has it teed up from the near hash mark. Ball spotted at the 35. Jaquay Mitchell back deep to receive. A high end-over-end kick is fielded at the 15 on the far side, cutting up to the middle to the 20, across the 20, 25, now to the near side 30. And at the 34-yard line, Rayshawn Griffin makes the tackle. Good starting field position for a Lenoir-Rhyne offense that'll give multiple looks. They'll run some option, a lot of motion, a lot of unbalanced line, and then they'll come out in the shotgun and hit you on a big play. That was the case last week against Wingate. A couple big touchdown tosses to Jaquay Mitchell and Grayson Willingham, the 6'1" junior quarterback who stands in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left of the formation, one to the near side, running back to the left of Willingham as Mitchell comes in motion to the left side of the formation. Willingham keeps it himself and lowers the shoulder up the middle across the 41 to the 42. That's a gain of 8 on first down. Luke Brooks the tackle for UNCP. Second down and 2. Lenoir-Rhyne no huddle offense going under center. Willingham turns, hands up the middle, and a short run, maybe a yard, might have gotten the first down. Amin Stevens, the 5'9", 235 sophomore fullback, picks up the first down carry on a gain of 2. It's been described as Navy with a mix of Oregon. Up-tempo offense. Willingham settles in under center. Two flank to the near side, two receivers out left. Now they motion out into the shotgun. Tight end on each side of the line. Man in motion. Willingham fakes the handoff. Straight drop, looks over the middle. Deep shot to the left side of the field. At around the 20-yard line, it's incomplete, but Devin Jones will be called for pass interference intended for DeAndre Lester. Well covered, but Jones had his back turned to the football. .56 to go in the opening quarter. Still scoreless. Opening drive of the game for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. 9-0, ranked 7 in the nation.
The first down brought to you by McDonald's.
15-yard penalty brings the football up to the 40 of UNC Pembroke. Lenoir-Rhyne attacking left to right. Ball spotted between the hash marks. Willingham under center. Has Warren Bell behind him at fullback. Flanker to the left side of the formation, motions into the backfield, gets the handoff, spins away from one tackle, pushing to the 35 is Ryan Carter. His 20th carry of the season, goes for 5. Cam Cauldron in the tackle. Second down and 5 from the UNCP 35. Couple offensive substitutions for the Bears slow down their offense. Willingham heads under center. Stevens lined up behind him. Flanker on each side of the formation as well as a tight end. Now they motion into a shotgun set from the far hash. 2nd and 5 at the 35 UNCP. Swing pass down to the left flat, completed to Stevens as he tiptoes along the far sideline to the 25. That's a gain of 10, and that moves the chains. Amin Stevens is 6th catch of the season, leading rusher for this Lenoir-Rhyne team last season. Willingham stands in the shotgun. 1st and 10, UNCP 25. 3 receivers near side, fakes the handoff, lofts it to the far side of the field, and it's caught down at the 5 by Drake Starks, the 6'3" tight end. Second team all-conference last season. And he makes his way all the way down to the 3. That's a gain of 22 as Willingham hustles his offense to the line of scrimmage. They have a 1st and goal at the 3. Willingham under center, Mitchell to the left side of the formation with Derek Young on the right side of the line. Stevens lined up at fullback behind Willingham, 1 receiver isolated on the far side. Young comes in motion, gets the handoff off left tackle, makes his way to the corner into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Derek Young, over 800 all-purpose yards this season, and he finds the end zone to the ground for the 4th time this year, and it's 6-0 Lenoir-Rhyne, just about 3.5 minutes into this one. Pardon me, 2.5. 12:28 to go. The opening quarter. Chase Albo on to kick. Michael Owen, the holder. Holden Strawn snap is good. Kick is up and through the uprights. 7-0 Lenoir-Rhyne. Productive opening drive for the Bears offense. We saw the mix of run and pass. And when they throw it, they take shots. They don't have many underneath throw. Nope, not much short to intermediate. It's deep shots. A lot of teams forced to play some aggressive coverages. A lot of man defense shown because you have to load the box against them, given their running abilities. It's an offense that ranks in the top 10 running the football. .279 rushing yards per game for Lenoir-Rhyne. 12:28 to go. We'll see UNCP's offense for the first time today. The Braves offense has shown some flashes of brilliance this season. And you look back to last week, they had a big second quarter, 22 points scored in the second. That's the most UNCP has scored in a single quarter this season. As Albaugh will tee it up between the hashes of the 35, kicking left to right, and Devin Jones heads back deep, leads all of NCAA college football, regardless of the level, with 3 kick return touchdowns this season. He has 4 for his career, and he has already set the UNCP kick return touchdown record. Braves trail at 7-0, 12:28 to go in the opening quarter of this one. Albaugh makes the approach. The righty swings his leg back. A high and short kick targeted to the near side of the field is caught. And a big hit at the 27-yard line. Looks like Damari Bryce Green on the return there. And some jawing after the tackle. Referees getting in the middle of things. Can't say I'm shocked that Lenoir-Rhyne does not want to kick the football back deep to Devin Jones. But with that, they're going to keep it short. UNCP will start with fairly decent field position. And D'Angelo Blair Young will get the start for the Braves. Last week, a big-time performance for the running back. A career day, in fact. 16 carries, 97 yards versus Newberry. Josh Jones lines up in the pistol. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Blair Young to his right. A 1st and 10 from the 28 of UNCP. Jones rolls to his right, looking towards the boundary, and he's dragged down out of bounds. The flag comes in late. Looked like it might be a face mask. His head was twisted on that one, and if it is a face mask, tack on 15 yards. Jones got back to the original line of scrimmage. Braves trail it by 7. 12:18 to go in the first. 15 yards for the horse collar penalty called on Clayton Horn, who had about as good of a defensive performance you could have in a single game last week against Wingate. 9 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and an interception. And for good reason, he was named SAC Defensive Player of the Week. So tack on 15 yards for the Braves. They make their way up to the Lenoir-Rhyne 43-yard line. A 1st down and 10 for UNCP, working from the far hash. Going right to left, 1 receiver near side is Marcus McDonald. Bunch formation for the Braves, inside give to D'Angelo Blair Young across the 45 to the 46 as he carries for 3. Blair Young, just a redshirt freshman. UNCP, some good depth at the running back position. Quad Williams injured, but you look at Josh Sheridan, D'Angelo Blair Young, Travis Prince, and of course McKinley Nelson as well. You could expect those guys to get some action. Josh Sheridan checks in. 2 receivers either side of the formation is 2nd and 7 between the hashes. Braves at their own 46. Jones throws it out on the right side of the flat to Josh Sheridan. Sutter steps across midfield into LR territory for the first time today, and he's tripped up right around the yard to gain. And that moves the chains, a first down and a gain of 7. Second first down of the drive for the Braves, making a couple of changes on the offensive side of the field. Jones alone to the shotgun. Fahim Diab on the right side of the line at tight end. Josh Sheridan split up to the right side of the formation. Now motions to Jones's right of the backfield. Trips on the near side. A 1st and 10 from the LR 47. Jones, an inside zone handoff to Sheridan, and he falls forward. Got an extra yard on that one to the 41. Pickup of 6. Braves opening things up. Pretty good drive. This is a Lenoir-Rhyne defense. They are tied for 7th in the country in rush defense, allowing just 76 rushing yards per game, and they get after the quarterback as well. 4th in sacks. They have 34 as a team, but the name to know is Jaquan Artis. 16.5 TFLs, 10 sacks on the season for the senior. Jalen Nixon motions NH back to the left side of the line. Eric Price comes in motion from right to left, and he's gobbled up in the backfields. Down to the 42-yard line, a loss of 1. Tackle made by Trevis Robinson, the 6'1 freshman, the TFL, and the Braves backed up a bit. 3rd down and 5 for UNCP as the crowd here at Moret Stadium making some noise. They had over 10,000 fans here last week for the National Game of the Week against Wingate. Not quite a sellout today, but still a good showing for the Bear fans. Trips on the far side of the formation. Sean Brown isolated near side. McKinley Nelson to Josh Jones is left in the shotgun. 3rd and 5 from the 42 of LR. Jones floats it near side to Brown. Over the shoulder grab is hauled in. What a snag by the freshman at 6'3". Reaching out, makes the catch into the red zone up to the 19-yard line. 24 yards for UNCP. Great pitch and catch for the Braves. And now UNCP enters the red zone. This has been a strong suit for them this season. UNCP on the year. 29 of 30 on red zone scores. That is 2nd best in Division II college football. They trail at 7-0, 9:18 to go in the first with a 1st and 10 at the LR 19. From the near hash, attacking to our left. Jones hands it off up the middle to D'Angelo Blair Young. Stutter steps, stiff arms across the 5 and is ripped down inside the 5. Chalk it up as a 15-yard carry for D'Angelo Blair Young, making the defense look silly. A really good run by the redshirt freshman. That's a 1st and goal. Sam Vines hustles off the field. Fahim Diab in at tight end, as well as Jalen Nixon. Diab on the right side of the line, Nixon left side. 2 receivers far side, McDonald on the far sideline with Carter on the far slot. Blair Young to Jones's right in the shotgun. 1st and goal at the 4. Jones hands it to Blair Young, and he is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing going for the Braves on that play. 2nd and goal at the 4. 8.5 remaining. Lenoir-Rhyne marched downfield and scored a touchdown in their opening drive. Braves looking to respond. UNCP takes out at tight end and brings on Quay 3. 11 personnel for the Braves. 2 receivers near side. Diab on the left side of the line. Carter isolated to the right of the formation. 3 now motions to the right side of the formation. 2nd and goal at the 4. Braves looking to tie things up here in the first. Jones straight drop to the left side of the end zone. Diab hauls it in. Was his foot down? Yes. 4 yards. Josh Jones to Fahim Diab. His 4th touchdown catch of the season. And UNCP an extra point away from tying things up. A productive opening drive for the Braves. With 7:56 to go, and it's capped off by a 4-yard toss by Josh Jones to Fahim Diab in the back left corner of the end zone. Hunter Braswell on for the point after. Isaac Parks will hold it. Defense move, didn't jump. Good snap, good hold. Kick is low, up, tipped, and through. 7-7 is the score. 7:56 remaining in the first quarter. UNCP scoring on the opening drive. Josh Jones looked really good. A couple of big-time throws. Got great touch underneath it to Sean Brown to the near sideline, again at 24. And that touchdown throw found his 6'5" tight end in Fahim Diab, who now has a catch in 10 straight games. That dates back to the end of last season. And he has become quite the red zone target for UNCP. His 4th receiving touchdown of the season. As we'll have a quick media timeout here at Lenoir-Rhyne. Tied at 7, 7:56 to go in the opening quarter. This is Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
This holiday season by shopping at Oz's Jewelers. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram to see the latest looks and newest jewelry. Visit Oz's to find the diamond that's as perfect as she is. We scoured the parking lot to find which tailgater had the dirtiest car. This was an easy decision. Congratulations to Hayden Gresham for having today's dirtiest car.
UNCP, an 8-play, 70-yard drive, which results in a 4-yard touchdown catch by Fahim Diab, as the Braves defense will look to get a stop and give their offense a chance to take a lead against the number 7 ranked Lenoir-Rhyne Bears on the road. UNCP closing out a 4-game road trip against probably the best team that they'll play all season. Braves do return home next weekend, finally, for Senior Day against UVA Wise, as Hunter Braswell spots it between the hash marks of the 35. Set to boot it right to left. The lefty checks his gunners to his right and left, approaches the football. A high end-over-end kick, caught at the near side 20, across the 25, spinning at a 1 tackle over the 30. Is Warren Bell, the fullback. Again, solid starting field position for Lenoir-Rhyne. They'll set up shop at the 34-yard line, a return of 13.
Warren Bell with the return. Jerry Roberts with the tackle.
So we'll see the Lenoir-Rhyne offense for the second time. Grayson Willingham, 2 for 2, 32 yards. They have 19 rushing yards as well. Also benefited from a 15-yard defensive pass interference penalty as Willingham lines up under center. 3 backs behind him, hands it up off the middle. Not much going. UNCP's defensive line, aggressive play as Bell gets about 1.5 yards. Taverine, the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 8. They'll give him a couple. The 36-yard line. 3 receivers on the left side of the formation. Bell to the left of Willingham in the shotgun. Now motioning behind Willingham is Mitchell. Gets the pitch on the left side across the 35-40. Mitchell lowers the shoulder, first down yardage, but he fumbled the football, and UNCP says they had it. UNCP forces the turnover and recovers. Braves sideline electric. And now a chance to take the lead.
Recovered by UNC Pembroke.
Mitchell had the first down and more, and at the 49-yard line, He coughed it up. Braves forcing the turnover, and UNCP's offense can give them a lead. Tied at 7, 7:11 to go in the first quarter. The Braves are fired up on the sideline. Just the 5th lost fumble of the season for the Bears, and UNCP's offense ready 1 for 1 and scoring today. Will have their second try at it. Jones in the pistol has 3 receivers to his left. Hands it off to D'Angelo Blair Young to the right side of the line across the 40, and he's upended at the 35-yard line. Braves continue to run the football well. Mark it down to the 34, gain of 15. D'Angelo Blair Young running all over this defense right now. Four carries, 36 yards. Jones in the shotgun, 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Design rollout to his left. Jones eyes downfield, scrambles, flushed away, still turning left, throws it out of bounds. That's a 2nd down and 10. 6.5 remaining. D'Angelo Blair Young hustles over to the sideline. Josh Sheridan will spell him. Tied at 7, 2nd and 10 from the 34 of Lenoir-Rhyne. Braves 38 rushing yards already in the first half. That is exactly half the amount of yards that Lenoir-Rhyne allows in the ground per game. Jones in the pistol, 2nd and 10, far hash, 34 the Bears. Attacking to our left. Jones turns, gives to Sheridan up the middle. Sheridan some breathing room, fights his way to the 30. That's a gain of 4 and sets up a 3rd down and medium, about 6 yards needed for the Braves to move the sticks. You get the sense this is likely 4-down territory for UNCP if they don't convert. They'll spread things out with 5 receivers. It's McDonald, Threet, Brown near side, Dixon and Carter on the far side. Jones in the shotgun to the far hash, 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 3rd and 6 from the Lenoir-Rhyne 30. Tie ball game. Jones finds Brown in the soft spot of the zone on the hash marks. Across the 25 to the 22, that's a 1st down. Gain of 8, and the Braves move the chains. First and 10, a fresh set of downs for UNCP to the 22. 5:40 remaining, clock ticking in the first quarter. Locked up at 7. McKinley Nelson in at running back. Receivers stacked on each side of the line. It's Carter, Threet near side. McDonald, Brown far side. Nelson to the right of Jones. Jones throws it to the right side. Screen pass completed to Brown, and he lost the football, but he did come down with it. And he is holding the left side of his body as he got hit awkwardly there. And is slow to get up, but he is able to walk off on his own power. Seems to be holding his left arm. Only a freshman, but what an impact he's had this season for UNCP at 6'3". Big time target, 15 catches on the year. No gain on the completion, 2nd down and 10. Braves go trips near side. Nelson still in the ball game to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Diab at tight end to the right side of the line. 2nd and 10 at the LR 22. Jones takes the snap, drops back, throws it out on the right side, completed to Nelson. Nelson shifting forward inside the 15 towards the 1st down marker. He is just shy of the sticks, 3rd and less than a yard. 9 yards on the completion from Josh Jones. 3rd down and a yard for UNCP. Into the red zone. Formation in tight right now. Crowd making some noise. McDonald's isolated on the right side of the formation. Bunch set to the left side. It's D'Angelo Blair Young to the left of Josh Jones in the shotgun. 4-down lineman for LR. Jones hands it off to Blair Young. Runs out of real estate and goes backwards. Back to the 15, a loss of 2. Now a decision for Shane Richardson. The field's goal would give them the lead. It's under 4 minutes to go, and the special teams unit is rushed out onto the field. Ball spotted the 15, so this would be a 32-yarder for Hunter Braswell. He's 7 for 7 this season on field goals, along of 34. Isaac Parks will hold it.
Isaac Parks holding.
The lefty Braswell eyes up the upright. Field goal for the lead and a whistle before the snap. Flag comes out, and we'll see what this is. That's a costly delay of game penalty because that backs things up to the 20 now. So a 37-yarder would be the long of Braswell's career, only a freshman. To take the lead here in the first, good snap, kick is up, end over end, and through. UNCP takes the lead. A 37-yarder by Hunter Braswell, the longest of his young career here as a Brave, and UNCP leading the number 7 team in all of the land, 10-7, 3:16 remaining in the first quarter, and it started with the forced fumble. UNCP recovers the football, able to march downfield, stopped on 3rd and short, but hey, they'll take points at that point. Lenoir-Rhyne, they don't play in many close games. You look at last week, the 7-point win against Wingate. Now the week before that, they did only beat Limestone by 8, but that was on the road. Otherwise, everything has been lopsided. Everything has been at least a 3-score game in favor of the Bears, besides the last 2 for Lenoir-Rhyne. You have to wonder, is there a little bit of a hangover effect? Coming off the biggest win in program history, they jumped Valdosta State to claim the top seed in the Super Region 2 for this week. And you figure if they win out, they'll stay that way. Taking on UNCP today, then at Catawba next week. 10-7 lead for the Braves. Braswell has it teed up on the right hash. The lefty trots up to the ball, boots it away, targets the near side, again to Bell, field to the 24. Bell takes it off the hash mark, lowers the shoulder, fumble the football again, but he falls right back on it at the 38-yard line. Griffin in the tackle for the Braves. UNCP's defense, a much-needed forced turnover on the previous drive. Lenoir-Rhyne marched downfield, scored with ease on the first drive of the game. UNCP, they won the coin toss and deferred. They do get the ball to start the second half. Still ample time before then. 3:12 to go in the first quarter. It's 10-7 UNCP. Willingham with the shotgun. Gives it up the middle, and nothing there for Stevens. D'Angelo Blair, Jordan Howard, on the tackle for UNCP. Got some help with Caleb Baker as well, the redshirt freshman, his 12th tackle. Gain of a half a yard. Billingham now under center. Stevens behind him. Cal Dickey motion in the near side of the formation. 2 flankers in the game on each side of the line. It's Carter on the far side, 1 receiver isolated far side. Dickey motions left, Willingham fakes the handoff. He's gonna take a shot over the middle, and it is tracked down and caught at the UNCP 31 by Ryan Carter. Gain of 29 on the completion, and Lenoir-Rhyne will hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Willingham under center, flanker on each side of the line. After the catch, a handoff to the left side, again to Carter, and again good yardage across the 25 to the 27. Let's see where they mark him down. They mark him down at the 22-yard line. Second down and a yard. Braves a 3-point lead, but LR marching and marching quickly. Under center, Young in motion. Willingham fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, towards the end zone, near corner. It is caught. Touchdown. Demorius Hampton, his 3rd touchdown snag of the season. Had a one-on-one coverage and just went up and got it. LR back in front, 13-10. 22-yard touchdown catch. Minute 55 to go in the opening quarter. Chase Albaugh set the conference and team scoring record for a kicker last season. Extra point, booms it through the uprights. 14-10, Bears back in front. They'll give the football right back to UNCP. It was Devin Jones in coverage on Demarius Hampton, and absolutely just got bodied there. Tough play, tough angle though, especially when he's isolated there by himself, but that's how Lenoir-Rhyne forces you to play against them, and the Braves done a pretty good job so far shutting down the run, especially up the middle. UNCP's faced a couple of offenses like this that'll show some option looks. Wingate does it a little bit, but mainly out of the shotgun. And then Carson Newman running that veer option. It's so tough to stop that. So the Braves have a little bit of experience with that. And today they've done a good job stopping the run, but it's been the aerial attack led by Grayson Willingham that has sparked this Bear offense. Two drives, two scores for UNCP, a touchdown and a field goal. Now they'll get a third try at it. High scoring affair in the first quarter, 14-10. Bears with a lead, a minute 55 to go. Devin Jones standing at his own 8-yard line. Braves expecting something short once again. Albaugh will kick it away. Last time targeted Amari Bryce Green as the near up back. Approaches the football, again keeps it short, again towards Bryce Green. Racing under it, Devin Jones, field to the 26. Jones, not much, up to the 30. Pushing and shoving into the LR sideline, still going. There's been some back and forth action today. Extracurriculars after the whistle. And finally, they're separated. Solid starting field position for the Braves at the 31. Josh Jones heads out there 7 for 8, 50 yards through the air and a touchdown. UNCP 40 rushing yards as well so far in the first quarter against a Lenoir-Rhyne defense that's tied for 7th in the nation, allowing just 76 rushing yards per game. Jones in the gun, takes the snap, fakes to the right side, floats it over the middle to Fahim Diab at the tight end screen, and he is leveled. Nothing going for the UNCP tight ends. Jones looked right, looked left, floated over the line to the middle, and it was sniffed out by LR. 3 to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun of the near hash. Second down and about 9 from the 32 of UNCP. Sheridan to his left, Jones again to throw. Jones at an out route to the near side. Once again finds his safety blanket, and Fahim Diab to the 35, a short pickup, makes it 3rd and 6. Marcus Rosser, the junior college transfer, makes the tackle, and it's a 3rd down and 6. LR fans making some noise. Their team up 14-10. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Braves hanging in there though. 4 receivers set, 2 either side of the formation. Jones from the near hash at the 35. Sheridan to his left, takes the snap, looks to throw, pressured, rolls right. Jones steps up, has Green in front. Across the 45-50, and he wisely slides down at midfield. 15-yard scramble for Josh Jones keeps this drive alive. It was Artis who got into the backfield, and Jones able to evade him and move the chains. .55 rushing yards for UNCP. Establishing the run early. 2 receivers near side. Vines to the right side of the line with Diab as well. Sheridan gets the handoff. Flea flicker back to Jones. He looks to throw deep to 3 over the middle. Holds in at the 15-yard line. Second time this season the Braves have gone to the flea flicker, and it's worked both times. 35 yards. Jones to 3, and the Braves in business once again with 11 seconds to go in the first. Braves will let the clock run out of the opening quarter, but what an opening quarter it was for UNCP. They are hanging in there blow for blow against the number 7 team in the country. It's 14-10 Bears as we head to the second quarter, but UNC Pembroke deep into LR territory. They have a 1st and 10 at the Lenoir-Rhyne 14. After this quick break, this is UNCP football here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spiced chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's...
For issues concerning your safety or the safety of others, please call or text LR Security at 828-639-2676. Be sure to visit the Bojangles on...
Start of the second quarter after a 35-yard flea flicker. Works to perfection. The Braves have a 1st and 10 at the 14 as Sheridan gets the carry, breaks a few tackles, still shoving his way upfield. And they'll blow the play dead at the LR 6-yard line. That's 14 yards. 8 yards from the 14-yard line. 2nd and 2 from the Lenoir-Rhyne 6. UNCP trails 14-10 in the opening seconds of the second quarter. Jones in the shotgun. Sheridan split back to his left. One receiver either side of the formation. Same with the tight ends. Jones hands it off to Sheridan between the tackles. Josh Sheridan barrels forward. He's close to the marker. And he's a yard short. 3rd down and 1.
Josh Sheridan, the ball carrier. Sherrod Williams in on the
3rd drive of the game for UNCP. They scored a touchdown in the first, a field goal in the second. Now trailing by 4 in the second. They're thinking 6 as Quay Tariq comes on for Fahim Diop. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Braves in 11 personnel. Nixon at tight end to the left side of the formation. Sheridan in the pistol behind Jones. Jones hands it off to Sheridan. Spins away from the first tackle as he falls forward. Did he get the necessary yardage? He might have on the second effort. Depends on the spot. This is going to be close. And we might need a measurement. Braves players pointing first down. Josh Jones just went up to the football and took a look at it and looked over to his sideline and said, yep, that's a first down. As the chains brought out onto the field, the yard to gain was the 4. And Sheridan on second effort got the ball right around there. This is close, just inches short, inches. UNCP down 14-10, 13:22 to go in the first half. And unsurprisingly, the offense will stay out onto the field. They're going to remeasure it here. Let's see. Still a fourth down. Chains hustled over to the far sideline. Braves break the huddle. Trailing by 4, a 4th and inches at the LR 4-yard line. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Jones under center. Bunch formation, 2 behind him. Quarterback sneak off right tackle. Jones into the end zone. Touchdown UNC Pembroke as he flexes in the fans here at Moret Stadium and takes the lead for UNCP. Quarterback keeper behind right guard goes for 4 and for 6. 16-14 UNCP after the 4-yard rushing touchdown by Josh Jones. Braswell on for the point after. Who saw this coming? If you're a Braves fan, you certainly thought there was a chance in this. Got really close the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing them put it all together. About midway through this first half, Braswell's extra point is up and through. It's 17-14 UNC Pembroke. Can the Braves defense get another stop? That's the question. LR, majority of their drives today scored with ease, but they did fumble it. Jaquay Mitchell lost the football, and the Braves recovered it. That kind of changed things in the first quarter. 17-14 is the score. 13 minutes to go. Braves 68 rushing yards, 91 passing yards. They are outgaining Lenoir-Rhyne 159-127.
With there are 5 minutes remaining on the second quarter clock.
Josh Jones, again, so efficient. 10 for 11, 91 yards, a touchdown. D'Angelo Blair-Young leading all rushers for UNCP. 5 carries, 30 yards. The redshirt freshman, he has really come onto the scene as of late. Braswell tees the football up, kicking left to right. Early on in the second quarter. Drake Young and Jaquay Mitchell back deep to receive. They're standing inside their own 10-yard line as the lefty Braswell approaches the ball. High end over end kick to the near side. It'll be Dickey on the return from the 25. Breaks the tackle across the 35 towards the 40 and is swarmed down as a player's helmet came off on the bottom of the pile. Some physical play. The Braves playing inspired football right now. They have nothing to lose here. Lenoir-Rhyne, they have a whole lot to lose in this game. Unbeaten record. They already clinched a conference championship, or at least a share of the conference title, but it's all about playoff seeding for LR. For UNCP, they want to finish their season on a high note. They've played well so far at 17-14 Braves, 13:01 to go. In the second quarter, Willingham motions into the shotgun. Mitchell comes in motion to the near side. Willingham fakes the handoff and keeps up the gut towards midfield. Carries for 11 and a first down to move the chains. A lot of moving pieces in this Lenoir-Rhyne offense. They'll start off under center, looking like they're going to run some sort of option play and end up in the shotgun. Do it again, go unbalanced line this time, but Willingham stays under center. Willingham rolls to his right on the play action. Looking downfield and he's sacked. Dominique Davis gobbles him up as he stares down the LR sideline. All the way back to the Lenoir-Rhyne 44. A loss of 6. Willingham had no options to throw it downfield. And the NFL prospect, the first sack of the game for UNCP. Third sack of the year for the 6'3", 315-pound redshirt senior. A second down and 16. LR with it at their own 44. Handoff to Mitchell. Stutter steps. Mitchell has space. Mitchell across the 45. Lost the football, but he gets it back in the air. And he makes his way to the UNCP 32. So after the sack, Jaquay Mitchell finds open space. He coughed the football up earlier, and in the middle of his run, bobbled it, but it, luckily for his sake, landed right back into his hands. Down to the UNCP 32, gain of 24. Willingham under center. A bunch formation to the far hash mark, attacking to our left. Braves a 3-point edge, 11.5 to go in the second quarter. Offense sets, motion, handoff, along left tackle. And the tackle is made, but a face mask will be called as well. Flags coming out late. And the tackle by Sean Hill. Demarius Hampton got the handoff around the edge. And there is an injured Brave. Adonai Aloma slow to get up for UNCP. Getting 10-2 right now by UNCP's trainers. We'll take a quick break. Braves lead at 17-14, but LR driving into UNCP territory.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Adonai Aloma helped off the field by the UNCP training staff after the face mask penalty. It's a 1st and 10 at the Braves 12. UNCP clinging to a 3-point lead, 11:16 to go in the second quarter. Willingham under center, Young in motion. Young from the slot position gets the handoff behind center. And he has a short run, gain of 3. Jordan Howard on the tackle. Luke Brooks helped him out as well. Temperatures in the low 40s in Hickory. Chilly on this Saturday afternoon, but clear skies, not much wind, no rain, so it certainly could be a lot worse. 2nd and 7 to the Braves 9. Willingham looks to the sideline under center. It's Stevens behind him. Dickey to the left side of the formation at flanker. Young to the right, 2 receivers on the right side. Dickey comes in motion. Gets the handoff off right tackle with blockers in front to the corner. And he scores. 9-yard rushing touchdown. Kel Dickey, only 5'9" and only his 2nd appearance as a collegiate athlete. And he finds the end zone for the first time in his career. 20-17 with 10:22 to go in the second quarter.
Chase on the ball to attempt the point after out of the hold of Michael Owen.
All ball to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, almost blocked, but he puts it through the uprights. 21-17. Lenoir-Rhyne in front, 10:22 to go in the second quarter of play. Eight plays, 69 yards, and a touchdown to boot. And a media timeout. 10:22 to go, second quarter. Braves get the football back, looking to get back in front.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
(21-17) Lenoir-Rhyne in front. 10:22 to go in the second quarter. John Gross coming to you live from Moret Stadium on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University. Braves hanging in there against the number 7 team in the nation, 3-6 UNCP versus 9-0 Lenoir-Rhyne. Devin Jones stands between the hash marks at his own 8-yard line. Short kick from Albaugh is caught at the 25, and a big hit. Ball stays in the possession of UNCP, though Jack Wren was there on the recovery and absolutely got leveled. Braves will have it at the 30. Trailing by 4, 10:19 remaining. The Braves have scored on every single one of their possessions thus far. 3 possessions, 3 scores, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Jones in the gun, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Flushed out to his right. Jones eyes downfield, floats it. Out of bounds, almost picked off by a diving Eric Jackson. Tried to drag his toes inbounds, couldn't do so, and the ball fell through his hands anyway. 2nd and 10. Just the second incompletion today for Josh Jones. Both incompletions have been throws out of bounds when he was under duress. Second and 10, trips far side. Diab on the right of the line at tight end. Sheridan to Jones's right in the gun. 2nd and 10 from the Braves zone 30. Jones scrambles, now works his way back to his right. Eyes downfield, tucks and runs. And just before he got across the line of scrimmage, fling it downfield. Incomplete, intended for 3. It was deflected. And it's now a 3rd down and 10. Sherrod Williams got his paws on it. 3rd and 10 for the Braves. 5 receivers set. Empty backfield for Josh Jones. The near hash 30. 10:02 remains. UNCP down 4. Here in the second quarter. 3 far side, 2 near side. 4 down linemen for Lenoir-Rhyne. They bring 4. Jones times, deep shot over the middle for 3. Reached up with one hand, and a flag is chucked out late from the back official. 3 had his jersey held by Landon Scott, who was in coverage. Tried to go Odell Beckham with it, was only able to get one hand up. And we'll see what this call is. Pass interference on 3rd and 10. UNCP takes a shot and gets some help from Lenoir-Rhyne. Up to the 45-yard line. Braves making their way towards midfield. D'Angelo Blair Young, he's had a big game so far. Back in there at running back 5 carries, 30 yards against the 7th best rush defense in the country. They'll give it to him again behind left guard and shoulders his way forward to the 48-yard line. Sherrod Williams, the tackle, second team all-conference last season. His season-high 8 tackles last week against the Wingate Bulldogs. Give him 3 to the 48, 2nd and 7. McDonald's in 3 near side with 3 in the slot. Far side is Tyshawn Carter. Blair Young to the left of Josh Jones in the gun. Nixon to the right side of the line at tight end. 4 down lineman LR brings 4. Jones will throw. Out route to the left side. It's completed to Tyshawn Carter right around the line to gain, and he's bumped out at the LR 46. They'll spot him a yard shy, 3rd and a yard. Braves trail at 21-17. Clock rolling towards 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Braves bring out an extra tight end, 12 personnel for UNCP. McDonald's near side, near slot is Trey Dixon. Play clock under 10 as Jones calls out the blitz to his offensive line. Has 4 to snap it. Blair Young behind him with a pistol. 3rd and a yard. Blair Young left side, ripped down in the backfield. Back at midfield. Robinson, the TFL, and that backs UNCP up out of possibly going for it on 4th down as Isaac Parks will head out onto the field for the first time this afternoon. Jaquay Mitchell deep to receive. Isaac Parks putting up some incredible numbers this season. Leads Division II with 46 yards per punt. As he'll look to pin LR deep in their own territory. Gets it off, a spiraling kick towards the far side of the field, and it bounces on the goal line and into the end zone.
Isaac Parks into the end zone for the touchback.
And McKinley Nelson a little bit slow to get up. He was pinned right around midfield as he makes his way over to the sideline. So LR will start with it at their own 20. We're starting field position of the ball game for the Bears, who lead 21-17. LR's defense shuts down UNCP, keeping them off the board for the first time today. Now they have a chance to open things up. It's been a back and forth battle as this game has progressed. Willingham under center. All 11 players within the hash marks. Stevens in the backfields. Mitchell now motions to the left of Stevens. Willingham under center. O-line gets set. Willingham fakes the handoff. Pitch back in the triple option. With space is Hammond. And he is wrestled out of bounds. Taverine on the stop alongside Chase Allen. Hampton the carry, 1st down to the 30. Gain of 10 in the triple option rush. That's really the first true triple option that we've seen executed. We've seen some fullback dives, some motion handoffs as Willingham throws over the middle, one-hand snag in stride of the 15 to the 30. 20 tripped up at the 20-yard line. Drake Starks just palmed it with his right hand. RPO action. Chunk play gets up to the 20. 50 yards. Willingham under center and whistles before the snap. LR leads it by 4, now making their way to the UNCP red zone. 7:23 remaining in the second. Willingham under center, Hampton lone receiver near side. Everyone else tight to the line. As Willingham looks to the near sideline. Now steps back into the shotgun. Stevens moves to his left, a 1st and 10 of the Braves 20. Midway through the second quarter. Hands off to Young, and a tackle for loss. Tariq Young goes down Great read by Tyree King, the freshman who's made some big plays this year on the defensive line for the Braves, most notably the game-winning sack on homecoming against Mars Hill. Loss of 4. Second tackle for loss for this UNCP front 7 today. Willingham with the shotgun. Mitchell to his left, Stevens to his right. Fakes the handoff to Stevens. Mitchell dumps it off now in the flat and a screen pass to Stevens. He's being tracked down from behind by Baker, who shoves him out of bounds. At the 16-yard line or so. So they get some yardage back, gain of 8, 3rd down and 6. From the Braves 16, LR attacking to our left at the near hash mark. Willingham positions under center. Bunch set. Hampton to the left side of the formation. Stevens lined up at fullback in the backfield as the offense takes a step back, looks to the near sideline. Willingham audibles into the shotgun. Braves trail it by 4. Big 3rd and 6 of the UNCP 16. Braves bring some pressure. Willingham has ample time, throws it to the end zone. Great defensive play by Devin Jones. Got his fingertips in there to knock it away from Hampton. Big stop for the Braves, now 4th and 6. And the kicking unit called upon by head coach Drew Cronick. It was one-on-one coverage, and Jones made the play when he needed to. Hampton earlier in the game won the battle against Devin Jones for a touchdown. That time Jones said, not again. Albaugh on for the field goal, this one from 33 in the near hash. High snap, ball is put down, kick is up. Kick is good, and Lenoir-Rhyne extends their lead to 7. 24-17 with 5:51 to go in the second quarter. Braves defense, they do their job there to a degree, holding LR out of the end zone and keeping things a 1-score ball game. Now the Braves offense will have another opportunity. LR now outgaining UNCP 241 to 163. Both teams 3 for 3 in the red zone. How about this? Lenoir-Rhyne averaging 10.5 yards per play, but that's what they do. They're all about the big play. They'll take those 2-3 yard runs because it sets up some deep plays. We saw it. Drake Starks was pretty much wide open over the middle as he went 50 yards down to the Braves 20. A lot of one-on-one matchups created by this Lenoir-Rhyne offense. Nonetheless, UNCP still well within this one, down by a touchdown. Jones standing now at his own 12. He has made his way upfield a couple of yards and every single kick so far as he works his way over to the far hash mark. Kicking right to left is Albaugh. Approaches the football and softly lofts it to the 20. Fielded by Teddy Creasy, cuts it to the middle, and he is brought down at the 25. Get an extra yard on a 26. And again, some pushing and shoving after the play. Teams now being separated. Miles Jackson, the tackle for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. 9-0 in the season. Braves looking for their first win over a top 10 opponent since taking down Winston-Salem State in 2013, what many regard as the biggest game, biggest win at least, in UNCP history. Game that was nationally televised in CBS Sports. UNCP looking to replicate some of that magic on the road in Hickory. Pistol set for Jones. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Throws it to the near side, intended for Carter, and undercutting him. Snapped the ball away was Marcus Rosser. 2nd and 10 at the 26. Five receivers in the field. Well, they'll bring Blair Young back on. 10 personnel for UNCP, 1 running back, no tight ends. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side is Carter. Jones, designed rollout to his right. running out of real estate as he hits near the sideline, completed to Quay 3. A great throw down the sideline up to the 36. Is that enough to move the chains? Still waiting for the indication, yes. First down completion, gain of 10 for UNCP. For 16 through the air is Josh Jones. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Braves down by a touchdown with the football, a fresh set of downs. Blair Young lined up behind Jones in the pistol. Diab at H-back to the right of the line. Jones turns and hands to Blair Young, bounces it to the outside, spins away from a tackle as a flag comes in late to the near side of the field. Blair Young tackled at the line of scrimmage by Dan Luba. Waiting for the call from the official. Chop block called against UNCP. Diab and Josh King double teaming the defense on that one. Something that officials are certainly trying to lock down on. Point of emphasis for them. Backs up the Braves to their own 21, so it's a 1st and 25 with UNCP down a touchdown. McDonald's near side, two receivers far side. Jones in the shotgun. Sheridan motioned out to the left. Jones takes the snap, looks to throw, lob near side up top for McDonald's. One-handed snag in Lenoir-Rhyne territory. Highlight reel catch with Ivan Milliken draped all over him, and a flag comes in late from the near official. Lenoir-Rhyne players giving the officials piece of their minds. And it did come out after the play. Marcus McDonald, an incredible grab. Josh Jones put it on the money. "39-yard completion. And again, waiting the penalty here.
First down in the game by the offense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 13. The 15-yard penalty will be first down.
So, penalty called after the play on Trey Dixon. First down play stands, but it backs up the Braves 15 yards. Costly. That's now 5 penalties for UNC Pembroke. Over 50 yards of penalty yardage in the first half. Still, the Braves have a fresh set of downs after the great catch by McDonald. Jones under center, Sheridan lone back behind him. Two receivers far side, one near side. Jones gives it to Sheridan between the tackles, makes his way up towards midfield, and is slammed down by Sherrod Williams, picks up 5.
Sherrod Williams combining for the tackle. The ball carrier is Josh Sheridan. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Second and 5, 4.5 to go. Braves go 2-back set. Blair Young and Sheridan both in the ball game. Blair Young lined up at H-back. Haven't seen that just yet from the Braves. As now he motions to the left side of the formation. Sheridan to the right of Jones. Two receivers far side, one near side. A 2nd and 5 in midfield. 2 to snap it for the Braves. Jones got the snap off, but Shane Richardson wants to talk things over first. Flag came in from the near boundary, but Richardson got the timeout in there beforehand. Braves down by 7, 4:06 to go. We'll take a quick break here late in the second quarter.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles.
After the timeout, 2nd and 5 in midfield for UNCP. They trail it by 7, 4:06 to go, remaining in the second quarter. Jones sets in the shotgun, ball near hash mark, attacking left to right. Extends the ball forward to Griffin. Jones keeps it himself. He's going to roll right. Stutter steps across the 50, and he kind of hesitated a little bit. His primary option was to find Creasy downfield. Had a lane to go up the middle, but waited a bit. Still against 3, and it's 3rd down and 2. Very manageable situation for the Braves. Braves 3 for 6 on 3rd downs today. Crowd making some noise. 3rd and 2. 3:20 to go in this second quarter. Braves down by a touchdown. Brown near side, 3 far side. Sheridan to the right of Josh Jones in the gun. 3rd and 2. Jones to throw. Eyes upfield. Completed to Threet at the 40. Threet maneuvers his way between a couple of defenders to the 38-yard line, and the 3rd down conversion for the Braves keeps the drive going.
Marcus Rosser with the tackle. That's a first down for the Braves at the LR.
Spotted at the 37. Braves pick up 10. They only needed 2. Operating quickly, sub 3 minutes in the second quarter. Down by a touchdown against the number 7 ranked team in the country. One of the best staffs of football the Braves have played all season. 7 to the line for UNCP. Jones fakes the jet sweep, handoff to McDonald's and set up the middle to Sheridan. Gets really solid yardage to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 6 for the Braves on first down. You're also at a point here where you want to score, but you don't want to score too quickly, especially given how quick Lenoir-Rhyne can score themselves. And the Braves do get the ball to start the second half, so if they can score here, keep LR off the board, they put themselves in a really good spot come the third quarter. Jones in the gun, a 2nd down and 4. Handoff to Sheridan, has a lane, breaks the tackle across the 25, and pushes the pile for first down yardage and more to the LR 23. Art is the tackle from behind. UNCP over 80 rushing yards. That is more than Lenoir-Rhyne gives up on average per game. It's only the second quarter. 1:50 to go, clock rolling. Braves down by a touchdown. Jones in the near hash, attacking to our right. 3 motions to the far slot. 2 receivers left, 1 near side. Jones will throw. Straight drop has time. Great pocket as Threet makes the grab over the middle inside the 15-yard line to the 12, and that's another first down. Have to give a ton of credit to UNCP's offensive line right now. Josh Jones has had some really clean pockets to work with against a team that is 4th nationally in sacks with 34 on the season. Under a minute and a half to go. Pistol set for Jones. Sheridan behind him. He gives to Sheridan, who gets 1. Artis on the tackle with Amari Houston. 2nd and 9. Braves down by a touchdown. They're content to work slowly here. Want to score, but again, you don't want to give LR an opportunity to have another drive. Under 50 seconds to go. Blair Young to the right of Josh Jones as McDonald's motion stacked behind 3. Roll out to the right. Jones look to run, and he flings it out of bounds. Incomplete. Clock stops at 43 seconds.
Incomplete. 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 at the Lenoir-Rhyne 11. 24-17. Bears in front. Sam Vines comes onto the field for Jalen Nixon. 43 seconds to go. Lenoir-Rhyne, all 3 timeouts remaining. Braves have 2 remaining. Between the hash marks of the LR12 and Shane Richardson will take a timeout, a second of this first half.
Timeout. UNC Pembroke. That's the second charge timeout of the half.
So the Braves again make their way deep into Lenoir-Rhyne territory. They've scored on all but one of their drives so far. They have 43 seconds to work with here. They do get the ball to start the second half as well. So they've put themselves in a really good position. Both teams on their respective sidelines. Braves 231 total yards of offense. That's 10 less than Lenoir-Rhyne has, but they're doing it against one of the best teams in all of college football. The best team, according to the rankings at least, in the southeast of the United States. A 3-6 UNCP team playing some really good football today, offensively especially, but the defense has come through at times as well. They force a fumble, force that turnover, recover the ball as well, hold Lenoir-Rhyne to a field goal in a key spot, keeping this a 1-score game. Now we'll see what the Braves offense can do. And what offensive coordinator Johnny Cox in his 6th season in Pembroke can dial up. 3rd and 9 to the 11 for Lenoir-Rhyne. Jones squarely between the hash marks. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Diab at the right side of the line. D'Angelo Blair-Young to Jones's right. Jones will throw. Rolls out to his left. Keeps his eyes downfield. Jump ball back of the end zone. Incomplete. Tyshawn Carter was alone with about 4 Lenoir-Rhyne defenders beating down on him. And the field goal unit will come out here. Good decision. Again, the Braves do get the ball to start the second half.
On to attempt the field goal is number 43, Hunter Braswell.
Hunter Braswell on for the field goal. This will get the Braves within 4. If he can connect, he's 1 for 1 today. A career long of 37 earlier in this first half. Good snap, holds from Parks, kick is up, and he missed it left. Laces seem to be in. Kick is no good, and the Braves come up empty. Braves still only trail it by a touchdown, though. First missed field goal this season for Hunter Braswell. Had been 8 for 8 to that point. 29 seconds, all 3 timeouts. I would be shocked if Lenoir-Rhyne didn't try to score here. Just given the way that their offense operates, big play ability, and despite them running a lot of plays and some option sets, they go no huddle and they're comfortable with them. Under center, Willingham now splits back into the shotgun. Hampton on the far side with Mitchell in the far slot. Willingham will throw. Lob deep down the near sideline. Overshot his target in Young. In coverage was Michael Clark, and a flag comes in the defensive secondary.
Michael Clark, number 18, with the coverage.
Officials conferring right around midfield to the near sideline. LR, a 7-point edge, 25 seconds to go. So the flag is picked up. It's an uncatchable ball. And instead, a 2nd and 10. 25 seconds to go. No penalty. Now LR showing the victory formation. Expecting to take a kneel down, and Willingham does just that.
Willingham takes a knee.
Both teams will head off the field. One of the best halves of football played by UNC Pembroke. They have gone blow for blow with one of the best teams in college football. 24-17, Lenoir-Rhyne in front, as we'll head to the halftime break with the Braves trailing by a touchdown. UNCP, they get the ball to start in the second half and a chance to tie with a touchdown and an extra point. We'll be back in a little bit. Halftime here at LR. This is UNCP football on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spiced chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spiced chicken. It's perfecter.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care That's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health Nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouthwatering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health Nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Coach, big game.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Tickets go on sale starting Tuesday, November 12th in the Schubert Gym lobby. Get yours now.
It's halftime here at Moret Stadium at Lenoir-Rhyne University and UNCP. Hanging in there with the number 7 team in the nation. The Braves trail it 24-17, but UNCP will be getting the football to start off the second half. Let's run through some statistics. Braves outgaining their opponents 257 to 239. They have ran 15 more plays than the Bears. First downs, Braves 15, Lenoir-Rhyne with 12. Big number, though, for UNCP. Running the football in the first half, 89 rushing yards on 19 carries. Why that number is so important? Well, Lenoir-Rhyne, they only give up 76 rushing yards per game coming into today's matchup. That's 7th best in the nation. Josh Jones also has done a good job avoiding the pressure, has not been sacked today. The Lenoir-Rhyne front 7 that loves to bring the pressure. 4th in the nation with 34 total sacks heading in to today's game. 1 turnover for Lenoir-Rhyne, none for UNCP. Really, at the end of the first half, the Braves had a good chance to get some points on the board, couldn't find the end zone. And Hunter Braswell couldn't keep the football between the uprights as he sent it wide left. Would have made it 24-20, but again, UNCP gets the football to start the second half, which is slated to begin in just about 2.5 minutes. Josh Jones, another really good performance, 15 of 21, 168 passing yards, and a touchdown, a long of 40 yards. And running the football as well. Talked about some of the success the Braves have had. It's been a mix of a few guys. Josh Sheridan, D'Angelo Blair Young leading the way. Sheridan 39 yards, Blair Young 28 on 7 carries. Josh Jones able to move the football as well with his feet. 22 yards on 3 carries. 4 Braves receivers with receptions. Quay Threet leads the way, 4 catches, 67 yards. Sean Brown, the freshman who was dinged up a little bit earlier, has 3 catches for 31 yards. Fahim Diab, 3 for 9 and a touchdown of 4 yards. Marcus McDonald, a one-handed snag, able to cradle it under his right shoulder as he fell to the ground. That's his lone catch, but it went for 40 for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Grayson Willingham, 6 completions, 8 attempts, 142 yards. That's just the type of offense that they run. They don't throw many short passes. They don't throw many intermediate passes either. They're either going to run the football or they're going to take a shot. And in doing so, they get a lot of big plays. They force the defense to have a lot of penalties as well. A lot of one-on-one, man-to-man matchups with not much safety help over the top, given the emphasis that LR puts on running the football. Kickoff in just about a minute or so. We'll take one final break before we return to historic Moret Stadium for the second half of action. Braves trail the number 7 Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 24-17. Back out onto the fields, back after this.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the field. Your 2019
Back here at Moret Stadium, the 4th oldest stadium in continuous use in all of Division II football. And while the halftime clock just expired, Lenoir-Rhyne just got out of the locker room, a little bit late to get out. You can imagine Drew Cronick, in his second year as the head coach for the Bears, not too thrilled with LR's performance. You figure coming into this one, if you're Lenoir-Rhyne, shouldn't have too much competition in UNC Pembroke, but you can't underestimate this Braves team. They've been in some really close battles, especially the last 2 weeks, and it's a team that very easily could have 5 or 6 wins this season. They've just come on the wrong side of a couple of tight decisions, and they're hanging in there today against one of the top teams in the country. As Chase Albaugh tees the ball up, dead center between the hash marks of the 35-yard line. Tamzir Sek, Devin Jones back deep to return this one for the Braves. Devin Jones has just 1 return today. They've kept it short. He leads all of college football, regardless of the level, with 3 kick return touchdowns this season. This time they have Jones positioned up short, trying to disguise him with Tamzir Sek back deep, and they'll kick it right to Devin Jones. So worked off for the Braves. Jones has it at the 22. Cuts it out to the far side. Now works his way up the middle. Jones maneuvering his way near side. Jones 35-40. Devin Jones 45-50, 45-40. Electric in the kick return. Devin Jones. Big return for the Braves, and they set up shop deep in LR territory at the 36-yard line. Folks, you don't find many kick returners better than that. Averages about 30 yards per return. Again, 3 kick return scores, and was angled out of bounds at the 36 of the near sideline. Dinking and dodging his way for a quality kick return. 1st and 10 of the LR 36. Braves down by a touchdown. Carter in motion. Inside handoff to Sheridan. And swallowed up at the 33. Carries for 3. And special teams for the Braves, it's been a strength this year. Both Jones and Isaac Parks leading in their respective departments. Braves 4th nationally in net punting. They're 5th in opponent kick return yard average on the season. And that's kept them in some games for sure, their special teams play. 2nd and 7 of the LR 33. Less than a minute into the third quarter. Jones will throw, lobs it to the near side, deep to Brown in the end zone. Over the shoulder grab, and he got it. 33 yards. UNC Pembroke an extra point away from tying things up. Would you believe it? Josh Jones, an absolute dime once again. He has been precise today through the air. And the Braves, just 56 seconds into the third quarter, can tie it with a Hunter Braswell extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good. 24-24, just 56 seconds into the second half. The big plays have been there for the Braves. They haven't taken too many shots this season, but they are really opening up the playbook today against the number 7 team in the country. Sean Brown, the freshman, his first career touchdown catch. And what a performance he has been having today. After taking a shot to the left side of his body earlier in the game, he stayed in there, has now 4 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. That last touchdown, 33 yards. Jones dropped it right into the breadbasket of Sean Brown. And the Braves will kick it away to Lenoir-Rhyne. Braswell will send it deep. Braves now 293 yards of offense against a Lenoir-Rhyne defense that allows just 282 per game. Braswell has it at the near hash mark at the 35. The lefty approaches the football, angles it towards the far side of the field. It's caught at the 20, now to the near side. Stumbling forward at the 35 and being tripped up right at the 35.
Number 28, Preston Joseph with the return for the Bears.
Is Preston Joseph, the linebacker, had a couple of returns today. Both kickers making sure to keep it short with some dangerous return men deep on both sides. Keep in mind as well, UNCP has not won a road game since September of 2017. This is the 4th straight road game for UNCP, and they've really battled in all 3 of them. Willingham in the shotgun, 2 receivers each side of the formation. As Stevens motions out, they swing it out to the left side to Stevens, and he is dragged down. Cam Cauldron not letting go, had him wrapped up by the ankle, and had some teammates there to finish off the job. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Give him an extra yard, the 38, 2nd down and 7. Willingham under center. Hampton out to the far side of the fields. LR attacking left to right. They motion their line unbalanced. Extra offensive lineman to the left side. They go to Stevens following his blockers on the left side. And Taverine is there. The stop at the 41. Picks up 3. Amari Bryce Green in there as well for the Braves. 3rd and 4. In a tie ball game, UNCP alive on the sideline. The Braves fans in attendance are hyped as well. The energy is there. Can the execution be there as well? 2 receivers near side. 1 far side is DeQuay Mitchell. Expect him to possibly motion. And now they'll go under center. 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line in a tie ball game. Willingham fakes the handoff. Looks downfield. Throw over the head of the intended receiver, Ryan Carter. And it's incomplete. 4th and 4 and a decision for Drew Cronick. This LR defense has struggled to slow down UNCP today. The Braves will get it back as Michael Owen hurried out to the field to punt it away. And Devin Jones retreats deep after an electric kick return for Jones. He's now back deep for the punt return. Ball at the 41-yard line of Lenoir-Rhyne. 12:43 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 24. Short kick, spiraling to the near sideline. Takes a fortuitous bounce for the Bears and rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line of UNC Pembroke. So the Braves offense marches downfield and scores in the first drive. The Braves defense gets a stop on the opening drive for the Bears. And now UNCP can take the lead in the second half against the undefeated 9-0 SAC champions, 7th-ranked Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. D'Angelo Blair-Young stands to the left of Josh Jones in the shotgun to the near hash mark. Braves going right to left. Jones tried to get the defense to jump. They didn't react. Hand off the middle to Blair-Young, dragging Artis a couple extra yards, and is finished off at the 30. That could be enough for a first down. And it is. Moves the chains. 1st and 10 for the Braves. A physical run by D'Angelo Blair-Young. UNCP 99 rushing yards against a Lenoir-Rhyne side that gives up 76 on average per outing. McDonald comes to the near side, 2 receivers far side, with Blair-Young to the left of Jones. Nixon on the left side of the line at tight end. 1st and 10 of the 30. Again, the give to D'Angelo Blair-Young, who spins away from 1, falls an extra yard forward for 5. Both Blair-Young and Josh Sheridan have been reluctant to go down on first contact, and that's given them some extra yardage. That allowed him to keep some drives going, especially in short yardage situations. Nixon headed off the field, Fahim Diab in to the left side of the line. 2 on the right side of the formation, 1 near side of McDonald. Jones in the pistol near hash 35. 2nd and 5, 11.5 to go, tied at 24 in the 3rd. Jones turns and gives. Blair-Young patiently waiting and has nowhere to go. Maybe a yard and a half on the carry, but a 3rd down and very manageable for the Braves. Josh Jones, 16 completions for the Braves, 2 touchdowns. Jones in the gun, 3rd and 3. Rolls out to his right, completed to Sean Brown, tiptoes across the 40, and makes his way at about 1st down and more to the 43-yard line, the coming out party for the freshman. He had a big catch last week against Newberry where he was held as well. A penalty was called. He still caught it, and man, has he just been balling today for UNCP. 1st and 10 at their own 43 in a tie ball game. 10.5 to go. Jones in the pistol. Braves is 7 on the line. Jones turns, extends to Sheridan. A burst of speed up the middle. And is caught up and ripped down at the 45. A pickup of 2. Sherrod Williams the stop for the home side. Josh Jones still hasn't been sacked. He was sacked 5 times last week against Newberry. He's going up against the 4th best team in the country in terms of total sacks in Lenoir-Rhyne, and one of the best pass rushers in Division II football in Jaquel Artis. Last week against Wingate, Artis did not have a sack, but coming into that game had 17 straight games with at least half a sack. Jones in the gun and a 2nd down and 8. Looks downfield, now he's pressured, steps up looking to run, and he was brought down to the backfield for a sack, a loss of about a half yard. As I say it, it happens. And the Braves backed up for a 3rd down and 9. McDonald near side, near slot is Sean Brown. Quaythreat far side. And Tyshawn Carter to the right side of the line as well. 3rd and 9 at UNCP's own 44. Artis jumped initially, then retreats. Jones will throw, clean pocket, fires downfield, and a fingertip snag made by McDonald into Lenoir-Rhyne territory. To the 42-yard line, an absolute dart, and a great snag by McDonald for the 1st down. 1st and 10 of the 42 in a tie ball game. Under 9 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Braves continue to march downfield, and a big 3rd down conversion there. Rayshawn Griffin in the ball game.
Stands to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side of the set. Jones will throw, wide open man, right sideline, McDonald. Did he haul that in? Yes. Extending his arms out towards the opposite sideline, and he makes the catch exactly at the yard to gain to move the chains. Pickup of 10 for the Braves, up to the 32-yard line. Josh Sheridan onto the field. Griffin comes off. Jalen Nixon checks on as well for the Braves. 11 personnel for UNCP. They go 3 receivers, 2 near side, 1 far side. McDonald near side, near slot is Threet. 1st and 10 at the LR 32. Handoff to Sheridan. Escapes from a tackle. Nearly went down, but he stays on his feet to the 15, 10, and shoved out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Shades of Michael Dyer in the 2010 BCS championship game. Rolled over the defender and stayed on his feet all the way down to the 8-yard line. 24 yards for the senior out of Lumberton. And this Lenoir-Rhyne crowd shocked right now. Approaching the midway point of the 3rd quarter, Braves a 1st and goal at the 7 after the big run from Sheridan, who stays in there. Tied at 24. Jones out of the gun, gives to Sheridan between the tackles, into the end zone. Touchdown UNC Pembroke, and the Braves have the lead. Midway through the 3rd quarter. 7 yards for Sheridan. 7:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Parks will hold. Braswell on for the extra point. Line set, high snap, hold, put down, kick is up and through. 31-24, UNC Pembroke at 3-6, leading the undefeated number 7 ranked Lenoir-Rhyne Bears on the road in Moretz Stadium. A good crowd on hand, but boy, have they been quiet. UNCP's offense with some big-time drives, and their defense has gotten stops when they needed them most. Teams will head back out onto the field to get the action going. And now all the pressure on Lenoir-Rhyne. We talked about it earlier, but UNCP really nothing to lose in this one. They're 3-6, postseason at this point out of the question, but you still have a lot to play for. 2 games to go. You want to end the season on a high note. And today an opportunity to play spoiler. UNCP, this really is their playoff game. No reason to treat it any other way than that. And they have treated it just like that. 31-24, the Braves in the driver's seat. 7:40 remaining in the 3rd as Braswell tees it up at the 35, kicking right to left. The lefty, a low squib kick, takes an awkward bounce, but is fielded at the 35, up to the 44-yard line. Dom Maggio
number 84 with the return for the Bears.
on the return, short return.
1st and 10 LR at their own 44.
1st and 10 for Lenoir-Rhyne at their own 44-yard line. Braves defense got off the field on the opening drive for the Bears in the 2nd half. Right now playing with a lead, looking to keep it that way. 1 receiver isolated near side is Hampton. In the shotgun, Willingham gives it in the jet sweep up the middle, dodging a couple of tackles over the 50 to the 49 of UNCP is Carter. Gain of 6.
Ryan Carter, the ball carrier, tackled by number 97, Tay Vereen.
I'll give him 7. Vereen to the tackle along with Caleb Baker.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3. Willingham under center. Tight formation. Flankers on either side of the line with Stevens lined up directly behind Willingham at fullback. 2nd and 3 at the Braves, 49-yard line. Mitchell motion around the left side as blockers in front, patiently waiting for some breathing room as he explodes forward for 3 and moves the chains. That's a 1st down on the left side of the line for Jaquay Mitchell. Down to the 45-yard line of UNCP. 31-24, UNC Pembroke leading number 7 Lenoir-Rhyne midway through this third quarter. Grayson Willingham, the junior quarterback, under center. Handoff up the middle to Stevens. Nowhere to go. The entire defensive line getting through the O-line. Taverine first to get there. Dominique Davis in as well for the Braves. Maybe a half yard on the gain for Amin Stevens. Second and 9. More open formation here out of the shotgun. One receiver either side. And now they'll bunch it up. Young motion to the right side of the line. Handoff to the right side is to Mitchell. Mitchell, not much room to go, but gets around the edge. Oh, Sean Hill got him by the shoestring. And that's a huge tackle for no gain. Third and long. They need 8 yards to move the chains at the Braves 43. UNCP sideline. They are living right now. Hopping around and trying to get their defense fired up. Passing situation, Willingham on the shotgun, Mitchell on the left side of the line. Lone receiver out left is Hampton. Willingham trots up to the line, now back in the shotgun, 5 to snap it. Mitchell in motion, fakes the handoff. Willingham will throw, clean pocket over the middle, finds Hampton at the 29. And that moved the chains for a first down. Gain of 13 yards to the 30. And a 3rd and 8 conversion keeps the drive going. Amari Bryce Green's helmet came off, so he has to stay out of the game for one play. And he's on the sideline. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Braves lead it by 7. 4:50 to go in the third, clock ticking. Willingham in the gun, 2 receivers far side, hands to Stevens, off right tackle. Stevens, not much room to go, but the powerful fullback brings Stephen Higgins with him to the 24-yard line. 6-yard rush, 2nd and 4.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Willingham under center, Mitchell on the left side of the line. On the right side is Young with Stevens behind Willingham. Willingham fakes the handoff, drops back to throw, floated to Young in the end zone, and it's completed. Sean Everett got beaten in coverage, 23-yard strike. And Lenoir-Rhyne an extra point away from leveling things up at 31. Derek Young broke wide open, his 7th touchdown catch of the season.
Chase all ball to attempt the point out.
All ball on for the extra point. Blocking unit settles in. Extra point to tie is up and through, and we're level at 31. What a game this has been. It's been back and forth, back and forth. And now the Braves will reclaim possession of the football. Last time we saw Devin Jones have a big return to set up a Braves touchdown drive. And we'll head to a media timeout here in the third. 4:23 to go, third quarter. Locked up at 31. We have a good one between UNCP and number 7, Lenoir-Rhyne. This is Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate?
Seven plays, 56 yards for Lenoir-Rhyne, and they find Pager via Derek Young on a receiving end to have a touchdown pass from Grayson Willingham. Extra point ties it up at 31. And now Chase Albaugh will boot it away. Devin Jones and Tamsir Sek, again positioned next to each other. They'll split out eventually as Albaugh now steps back. Those two trying to disguise who is who. Stand at the 10, Jones split out to the left. Short kick, Jones tracks underneath it, makes the catch to the 27. Jones works along the near side, instead goes backwards. At the 26-yard line, it's brought down by J.P. Palmer. But there's a flag on the play along the Braves sideline.
There is a flag on the play.
The officials talking with Shane Richardson. Braves offense, they're walking backwards. And penalties have plagued UNCP today. They have 5 for 62 yards.
During the return, personal foul on the return team, number 44, blocking out of bounds. Attached to the goal line, first down.
Alex Alteus calls for blocking out of bounds. Personal foul backs it up to the 13-yard line, the 12-yard line. UNCP backed up deep. And now the Lenoir-Rhyne fans back into it. Tied at 31, 4:18 remaining in the third quarter. Braves 3 receivers near side. D'Angelo Blair Young to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Excuse me, that's Sheridan. Sheridan now motions out wide to the right side. Empty backfield for Jones. Swing pass and a screen near side of McDonald's. And he reaches forward for a couple to the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 8 to go.
Scott with the tackle. Pass caught by Marcus McDonald. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8 for the Braves. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Sam Vines checks in at H-back for UNCP. He's positioned behind the right guard. Jones designed rollout to the right. Eyes downfield. Pump fakes once, threw a little bit behind Quay 3. Would have been a minimal gain even if it was completed. That brings up a 3rd down and 8. It's the loudest we've heard it here today. Moret Stadium. Capacity of over 8,000 fans and over 10,000 here last week. It's not full, but it sounds like it. 3rd and 8, Braves backed up to their own 14 after a costly penalty on the kick return. D'Angelo Blair Young to the right of Jones in the gun to the near hash. Tacking right to left, trips far side, 1 near side. Jones drops back to throw. Screen pass over the middle to 3 on a tunnel screen, and he is wrapped up, brought down by Marcus Rosser. No gain of the play. Actually went backwards, a loss of a yard. And Isaac Parks will have to punt it away from his own end zone. Gonna change field position, and Isaac Parks is an absolute weapon in the special teams game. LR showing pressure. And they bring it. Parks gets it off in time. A high spiraling kick as Mitchell calls a fair catch at midfield. And he stumbled as he hauled it in at the 47-yard line of LR. They'll get the ball back. A score would give them the lead. 2:56 to go here in the third quarter. Braves offense goes 3 and out.
Is proud to be today's official Senior Day game sponsor. Visit them at 1234 South Center Street to find your next car.
LR in From their huddle now, breaks it in the sideline. 9-0, Lenoir-Rhyne, 3-6, UNC Pembroke. Braves looking to pull off the shocker. Still plenty of football left to be played late in the third quarter. Willingham under center, turns and hands to Amir Stevens. And Stevens falls above, across the 50 to the 48. Amin Stevens brought down by Amari Bryce Green. Carries for 5, 2nd and 5. Willingham checks to the sideline. Under center, Carter in motion. Again, the handoff to Stevens directly up the gut through the heart of the Brave defense to the 44. Brings up a 3rd and a yard. Sean Hill waving on the UNCP fans on the far side of the field to make some noise. They're getting pretty loud right now. 3rd and 1 to the 44 of UNCP. Tied at 31 late in the third quarter. Willingham under center. Braves 3 down linemen. Now they have a 4th. Willingham gives to Stevens up the middle and barreling forward. Let's see where they spot it. This is right at the 43. That was where they needed to get to, and they got it. 1st down.
Jordan Howard in on that tackle, number 23. Result for the Braves, good enough, right there. Brought to you by McDonald's.
Willingham steps in under center. Stevens behind him. Carter to the right side. Now they come out into the shotgun. Willingham flanked by running backs to his right and left. Play fake. Looks to throw. Hit as he delivers. Over the middle downfield. And it's knocked away. Picture perfect coverage by Michael Clark. One-on-one with Ryan Carter. And it falls innocently to the ground. 2nd down and 10. Clark might have gotten a fingertip on it as well, but he played it as perfectly as you can. Had his body turned to the football and makes the play. Clock stops a minute 13 to go in the third, tied at 31. 2nd and 10, tight set from the near hash mark. Bears attacking left to right. Willingham under center with Bell now behind him at fullback. Fakes the handoff. Willingham on the right side. And the triple option couldn't get the pitch out as he gets across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Amari Bryce Green, the Braves leading tackler, with the stop once again. Gain of 5 cuts the distance in half. It's 3rd and 5. LR converted on a 3rd and 1 already on this drive. Under a minute remaining. This has been a fun one. Braves giving the Bears all they can handle. Warren Bell stays in the game at fullback. 3 receivers on the far side of the fields. Willingham in the shotgun now. Bell to his left. Mitchell comes in motion behind Willingham. They run a speed option left side. Mitchell makes the grab on the outer edge. Mitchell breaks the tackle. Shoved out by Jordan Howard. Right near the sticks. Depends on the spot, and it looks like he's short based on the initial spot. Is about a yard short. 4th and less than a yard. No hesitation from Drew Cronick. They're going for it. One of the biggest plays of the season for UNCP. It's only the 3rd quarter, but momentum is at stake right now. Willingham under center, 4th and about a yard. And whistles come in. Shane Richardson calls a timeout for the Braves. First time out of the half for UNCP. Lenoir-Rhyne still with all 3. So it's a 4th and 1 at the Braves' 34-yard line. 14 ticks remaining in the third quarter, and a 31-31 ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne undefeated 9-0. They're coming off of one of the biggest wins in program history. D2 National Game of the Week against Wingate. They're in a dogfight today against UNC Pembroke. This is a team that they don't lose very often in the regular season under head coach Drew Cronick. In fact, they haven't. His second season as the head man here in Lenoir-Rhyne. 19 straight regular season wins for this LR team who got to the third round of the NCAA playoffs, the regional finals last season. They won 12 straight at Moretz. Braves actually lead the season, the all-time series between these two teams 2-1, but last year a throbbing at Grace P. Johnson, 51-3 the final. 4th and 1. The 34 the Braves. Willingham under center. Line motions unbalanced. Strong side is the left side. Willingham keeps it himself. Quarterback keeper out the middle. And he gets 2 yards for a first down. You'll see a whole lot of window dressing from this offense. And a lot of it right there. The line goes unbalanced. Mitchell comes in motion for the near side. And it's just a basic quarterback sneak up the gut. And it works out. 1st and 10, under 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now the clock is going to start running. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth. UNC Pembroke looking to play spoiler. 31-31. Unbeaten Lenoir-Rhyne. 3-6 UNC Pembroke Braves trying to pull off what would be a monumental and possibly program-changing victory. Teams will switch sides. We'll take a break here on the UNCP Sports Network. All locked up at 31. Lenoir-Rhyne with the football, driving midway through UNCP's side of the field. As good of a ball game as you'll find. The Braves and the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
Let's hear it for your LR dance team.
Back here at historic Moretz Stadium in Hickory, North Carolina. Temperatures in the 40s, a chilly afternoon. This is football weather midway through November. The Braves in late season form right now. This is quite possibly the best we've seen them play all season. Toe for toe with the 7th best team in the country, undefeated Lenoir-Rhyne. The Bears attacking right to left. They have a 1st and 10 at the UNCP 32. Willingham not in the game. Backup quarterback is Gunnar Anderson. He'll get some looks. 5'10", sophomore. He's 5 for 10 throwing this season. Takes the snap. They tried to run a trick play. And now there's a fumble. Whistle before the play. Braves are on it. It's Taverine recovering it. Anderson pulled out under center. The offense started to go to the left. Anderson didn't have the football. Looked like they were trying to run a fumble-rooski there. Anderson will stay in the ball game. Almost a huge play by the Braves, but it's a snap infraction, so it's 1st and 15, back to the UNCP 37. Extra tight end in on the fields. Gunnar Anderson remaining in the football game. It's 5 for 10, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick on the season for the sophomore. In the shotgun now, Stevens to his right, Carter to his left. Speed option flipped out to Carter on the right side. Carter lowers the shoulder and is upended at the 30. And his extension gets him down to the Braves 27. Solid chunk play and first down. And now Anderson hustles off the field. Grayson Willingham back in there. They're not afraid to bring in a couple of quarterbacks. Anderson gets some reps. Also last week, Hayden Mann got a couple of carries against Wingate in some key situations. 2nd and 5 after the 10-yard rush by Ryan Carter. Willingham in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Crossing right underneath to Mitchell at the 20. As he evades a would-be tackler, makes his way to the 18-yard line. Gain of 9. Luke Brooks, the Pembroke native, shoved him out of bounds. And a red zone trip here for the Bears. 14-11 to go in the 4th quarter, tied at 31. Willingham under center. Man in motion, turns, fakes, rolls to his left, flips it out to the motion man. It's Carter. And making his way down inside the 5, Luke Brooks tried to shove him out of bounds, couldn't quite wrap him. And Carter stays in bounds along the sideline. Moving the chains once again. Yavell Morris kept him out of the end zone.
People's Bank exceptional first down.
1st and goal at the 4. Late addition to the field for UNCP. They hand it off to Stevens, and he goes untouched. Behind right guard, Amin Stevens finds Pater, and Lenoir-Rhyne takes the lead. 37-31, 13:38 to go. A 4-yard rushing touchdown by Amin Stevens.
Chase Albaugh to attempt the point out.
Chase Albaugh on for the extra point. Protection team on the left hash, now they motion to the center. They've done that all game long, but have yet to see anything besides an extra point. Braves overload on the left side of the defensive line, trying to come up with a block, almost do. Extending forward was Devin Jones, the special teams extraordinaire, who nearly blocked it, but it settles through the uprights. Lenoir-Rhyne takes a 38-31 advantage, 13:38 to go in the 4th quarter. A sustained drive. The Braves just could not get off the field defensively on a couple of big 3rd downs, even a 4th down as well. Fans, a reminder, make sure to follow us on all social media pages for exclusive content. Stay up to date with everything UNCP athletics. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UNCP_sports. You can find us on YouTube, UNCP Braves. And if you're listening to this right now, you're already on our YouTube page. So make sure to subscribe for UNCP content. Like us on Facebook as well, UNCP Athletics. Big thank you to all of you for joining us here at the UNCP Sports Network. John Gross here at beautiful Moret Stadium, between the bricks, that's what they call it. 3/4 of this field outlined by brick walls, reminiscent of much of the architecture here in this region of the state. Jones and Seck again stacked behind each other, trying to fool this kickoff team. Albaugh kicks it deep as Jones retreats inside the 10, backpedaling, makes the catch of the 3. Devin Jones racing forward across the 20, and still on his feet, shoving 6 defenders forward towards the 30. Physical run by Devin Jones, who's now turning and flexing. Give it a little something extra there. He's fired up, as are the rest of his Braves teammates, as UNCP with much better field position than it seemed like they would have when Jones first fielded that punt, that kickoff. It's 1st and 10 at the 29. Braves 8-7. Down by a touchdown. 38-31, 13:29 remaining. Jones has it near hash mark in the pistol. D'Angelo Blair Young lined up behind him. Sam Vine to the right side of the line as Blair Young gets the carry between the tackles. Backpedaling his way forward as he was spun around to the 33-yard line, carries for a handful. Landon Scott, the safety, the tackle for Lenoir-Rhyne. It's an LR defense. They run a 4-2-5, can bring a lot of exotic blitz packages, and then obviously with 5 DBs on the field, makes it easier to cover receivers. Also, though, exposes the front 7, or in this case, the front 6, to a potential run play. Jones in the shotgun on a 2nd and 6 of the 33. Pumps once, fires underneath the Quay 3, and he is body slammed down. A flag comes in from the opposite sideline. 3 got down to the 37. It was an aggressive tackle, so let's see what this one is. Gage Baldwin pointing to the Lenoir-Rhyne side of the field.
Personal foul. Defense, face mask. Number 9. 15-yard penalty, out-of-line first down.
And it's a face mask penalty on Sherrod Williams, a senior, making a crucial mistake that adds 15 more yards to the catch and run and gives the Braves an automatic first down. UNCP, after the 15-yard penalty, now at the Lenoir-Rhyne 49, trailing by a touchdown and an extra point. Braves check over to the sideline, looking for the play call. They have 15 to snap it as Diab hustles off the field. They had 12 men on, now they're good. Jones in the gun, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side between the hash marks. Jones straight drop, now rolls to his right. Looks downfield, a double move. McDonald breaks wide open at the 15, and he caught it as he was tracked down from behind by Ivan Milliken. Jones's throw floated in the air for a little bit too long, but McDonald still able to come back to it and make the catch. The Braves a 37-yard completion. The deep ball has been there today for UNCP, and the double move by Marcus McDonald is the reason right there. 1st and 10 at the 12, one of the best red zone offenses in all of college football. The Braves have only not scored just twice this season when they've appeared in the red zone. Once earlier today and a missed field goal by Hunter Braswell. Jones checked to the sideline, 1st and 10 at the 12. 2 far side, 1 near side. And the Braves couldn't get the snap off, delay a game. And this coaching staff is furious on the UNCP sideline.
5-yard penalty, remains first down.
1st and 15, ball spotted at the 17.
Backs it up to the 17-yard line from the 12. It's still a first down. Braves now need 15 yards to move the chains. First down marker is at the 2. 11.5 to go, 4th quarter. Tied at 31. Now the Braves, again, kind of late here. 5 seconds to snap it. They're just getting set. Tight set, 2 on either side of the formation. Jones, quick throw in the flat to Tyshawn Carter. Makes one man miss across the 15. Shoved out of bounds at the 12-yard line by Malik Taylor, the sophomore safety.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Except 5. 2nd and 10. Josh Sheridan on to spell D'Angelo Blair Young. Jalen Nixon hurries onto the field as well. 3 receivers far side. They're bunched up on the opposite hash. Near hash is Jones, rolls out to his left towards those 3 receivers, has 3 wide open inside the 10, and he is shoved down at the 7-yard line. Gain of 5 and a 3rd and 5 for UNCP. In theory, you take away that delay a game penalty, and the Braves have a first down right now. Third and 5 of the 7. 10.5 to go in the ball game. Braves down by 7. Braves still trying to get set here. Under 10 to snap it. McDonald far side, far slot is Carter. Sheridan lined up behind Jones. In motion is Carter. Sheridan the carry up the middle, pushing forward, and he's brought backwards at the 5-yard line. He's short by 2 yards. 3 yards, pardon me, of the yard to gain. Braves will stay on the field at offense. Gage Baldwin actually egging this fan base on here at Lenoir-Rhyne. He's trying to get him hyped up. Only ideally for the Braves to silence them. 12 seconds to snap it for the Braves. One of the biggest plays of this season. 4th and 3 from the 5. Bunch set, far side, 1 near side. Jones keeps in the read option and got a yard. Not enough. Jones about 1.5 yards short of the required line. And it's a first down for Lenoir-Rhyne. 9:25 to go, fourth quarter, so still plenty of time, but the pressure now falls on UNCP defense. A huge stop by LR deep in their own territory. Willingham under center, backed up at their own 4. Willingham rolls out to his left, and he is brought down at the 1-yard line. Just fell forward to stay out of the end zone, nearly a safety. It's a loss of 3, making it 2nd and 13 back at the Lenoir-Rhyne 1. Can the Braves defense come up with an enormous stop? Clock rolling under 9 minutes in the ball game. Braves trying to pull off a top 10 upset for the first time since 2013. Willingham on the shotgun, Stevens to his right. Willingham play action, has a man wide open over the middle. It's Jaquay Mitchell, and he'll go 99 yards. 20, 15, 10, 5, Pater. Braves went all out on the play action. And now they trail by 2 scores midway through the fourth quarter. Jaquay Mitchell, 99-yard receiving touchdown, had a 90-yard touchdown catch last week against Wingate. This offense, it's about big plays. It's as simple as that. As the extra point from Albo is good. Lenoir-Rhyne extends their lead to 14, the largest lead for either team today. Braves defense nearly forcing a safety. Willingham using all 6'1" of his frame to extend out of the end zone and keep the ball in the field of play. And the very next play, they go out of the shotgun. No one over the middle for the Braves. And Jaquay Mitchell located in space. We'll take a quick timeout here. Media timeout. Final one in today's matchup. Braves down 14, largest hole of the game. 8:38 to go. This is UNCP football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12,
After the 99-yard touchdown catch and run by Jaquay Mitchell, the Braves in a 2-score hole. Albaugh on to kick it away. Devin Jones and Tamzir Sek deep to return for the Braves. They kick it to Jones. He'll field it at his own 5. A big kick return would be huge for the Braves, and he doesn't have much as he is absolutely shot down at the 18-yard line. A big hit. And some extracurriculars after the tackle. A couple guys tangled up. And Jones is A-okay as he walks over towards the UNCP sideline. Braves need a score. And the way this game has been going, they need to score quickly.
The
Four receivers set for the Braves. Balanced formation with Griffin to the right side of Jones in the gun. 1st and 10 of the UNCP 19-year hash. Braves attacking left to right. Jones looks to throw. Pressure comes. Takes the shot down the seam to Sean Brown. And he dropped it around midfield. At Landon Scott, a stride behind him might have impacted that play. Scott a little limpy after falling. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Second and 10 to the 19-yard line, 45-31 Lenoir-Rhyne. Near hash, Jones in the gun. Two receivers both sides of the formation. Again, will throw over the middle, finds Carter in space to the 30. Carter jukes out of one tackle. Up to the 33-yard line, a 14-yard gain to Tyshawn Carter. Braves going up-tempo as they really have all game, but they're trying to get the play in as quickly as possible here. Jones hustles up to the line. 3, Carter near side with 3 in the slot. Brown far slot with McDonald's far sideline. Jones in the gun, Rayshon Griffin, he's been the running back this drive, to his right. Blitz comes, Jones flushed out to his right. Jones flings it out of bounds, down the near sideline, incomplete. 2nd and 10, clock stops at exactly 8 minutes. Near hash for the Braves, trailing by 14. It's the largest lead of the game for either team today. Braves trying to hang in there against the number 7 team in the nation. Jones to throw in a 4-receiver set. Goes far sideline to Brown, this time able to make the catch, and the freshman steps out at the 39. It's a 3rd and 4. Great pocket presence by Jones, able to get rid of the football with Jaquan Artis beating on him his right side. 3rd and 4 at the 39. A stop here. If the Braves can't get a first down, could seal the deal in this one. And Shane Richardson looks like he's calling a timeout. Officials talking around midfield. Braves have 2 timeouts to go. Doesn't look like it is a timeout here. Coach Richardson still chatting with the official on the far sideline. Seems a little bit confused. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Braves at their own 39. From the far hash, attacking left to right. Braves trail it by 14, 7:26 to go, 4th quarter. McDonald, Brown near side, 2 receivers far side. Jones in the shotgun. 4 down linemen for Lenoir-Rhyne. They show blitz with Sherrod Williams. They had 5 seconds to the clock, so that's certainly possibly what Coach Richardson was just talking about. Time is of the essence here for the Braves. Clock now running on the whistle. 3rd and 4. Jones in the shotgun, trying to get the defense to jump. They stay behind the line. Jones takes the snap, pressure, and is ripped down all the way back to the 29-yard line. Loss of 10, and the punting unit comes out in the field for the Braves. That and a turnover, the 2 things UNCP could not afford to do on that play, because even if it's an incompletion or a short loss, you still have a manageable 4th down, but now there's no question about it. You have to punt it away. It's a 4th and 14. Isaac Parks set to punt for UNCP. Takes the snap. Spiraling kick. Mitchell calls for a fair catch at the 27. Now the Braves need a quick stop. Quick stop, because they're down by 2 possessions. Lenoir-Rhyne, they typically go up tempo, no huddle, but I would not be shocked if we see them slow things down a little bit. Lead this clock. Clock certainly on their side right now. 6.5 to go, fourth quarter. It's a game that the Braves had a chance to take the lead. The score 31-31. Lenoir-Rhyne scored a touchdown 38-31. UNCP stopped inside the 5-yard line of Lenoir-Rhyne on a fourth down. And then 2 plays later, 99 yards. Jaquay Mitchell on the receiving end of a big touchdown pass from Brayson Willingham, who's now under center in a 1st and 10. Handoff to Stevens behind the right guard as he's airlifted to the 30-yard line. Totally cut down and solid yardage on 1st down. Makes it 2nd and 6. Again, UNCP, 2 timeouts remaining. Ideally for the Braves, you don't have to use them just yet. Get the ball back here, force a 3 and out, score quick, and then you can start using those timeouts. Willingham under center, far hash, looks to the near side. Less than 10 seconds to snap it. They'll use every second of it. Hand off to the motion man, Mitchell fumbled the football and he recovers it in the backfield. He's coughed it up twice now. That time he recovered his own fumble. That would have been huge for UNCP. Jackie Wren was on the field, now comes off. It's Devin Higgins in at linebacker for the Braves. 3rd and 8 after the loss of 2. If the Braves can get a stop here, we have a ball game. Willingham under center. 3 players on the right side of the line. Mitchell to the left. I mean, Stevens lined up directly behind Willingham at fullback. Willingham taking his time, still has 5 seconds to snap it, approaching the 5-minute mark. Turns hands to Stevens up the middle, barreling forward, and he didn't get there. Braves defense stands strong and forces a 3 and out as Stevens gets to the 34, needed to get to the 37. And now it's 4th and 3. Offense staying out there though. They might just let this play clock run down all the way and then, or at least close to all the way, then sprint off and bring the punting unit on. Or take a timeout. Now here comes the punting unit. Michael Owen, the punter, the sophomore for Lenoir-Rhyne. Averages 40 yards per punt this season. Devin Jones back deep to return. Owen's kick, line drive is deep, takes Jones retreating to his 15. Makes the over-the-shoulder grab. Jones works the far sideline across the 25, and that's where he's bumped out of bounds. So the Braves defense does their job. They force a 3 and out. Now 4:10 to go. UNCP trailing by 14. 45-31 is the score, and the Braves have it at their own 26. Will across the center, standing over the football for UNCP. Jones lined up behind him in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side of the formation from the far hash. Braves need a touchdown in this drive, and they need one quickly. Jones will throw. Far sideline completed on a quick out to Tyshawn Carter. Makes his way to the 35-yard line. Gain of 8 seconds and a pair.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
McDonald near side, near slot is Brown. Far slot 3, far sideline is Carter. Jones again, a quick throw out to the far sideline. It's 3, and he's pushed out right at the 40. That should move the chains, and it will. First down yardage for the Braves. Lenoir-Rhyne 9-0, looking to stay unbeaten. UNC Pembroke in search of their first road win since September of 2017. 3:40 to go. Jones takes the snap on a first down and fumbled the football as he got hit. Ball is loose, still on the ground. Braves diving on it, and UNCP able to recover.
Dan Luba sacks the quarterback, forces the fumble.
Dan Luba,
Recovered by
the defensive tackle, forcing the fumble. All conference last year, his 3rd forced fumble of the season, and it was recovered by Reuben Willis to keep the Braves' chances alive. That takes a lot of time off the clock and backs them up deep. 2nd and 18. They go swing pass to the near side to Sheridan. Dodges a couple of defenders. Gets to the 27-yard line, a gain of 9 yards. 3rd and 19. What an effort it's been today from UNCP, but the difference maker, that 99-yard touchdown toss from Willingham to Mitchell. 3rd and 20, Braves at their own 27-yard line. Jones will throw it, pressured, escapes to his right, has to chuck it downfield, throws it. Three tried to stay in bounds, and as he tried to drag his feet, ball falls in and out of his hands. Not much he could do about it, and it comes down to this. Braves need 20 to move the chains. The Lenoir-Rhyne pass rush, which had been relatively quiet for the first 2.5 quarters, coming alive here in the second half, just working this offensive line. They go 3 down linemen, 4 receiver set for the Braves. 4th and ball game. Jones will throw. 4th and 20. Pressured. Throw completed to Sean Brown. Gets across midfield. They convert on a 4th and 20. They get 23. And the Braves hustle up to the line of scrimmage. 2:13 to go. Some magic possibly at Moretz Stadium. Braves in to Lenoir-Rhyne territory. They spot it at the 49. Clock ticking, under 2:10 to go. A miracle throw and catch right there. Brown went up with a defender next to him and caught it and falls forward to move the chains. Jones again will throw. Takes a shot to McDonald. 1-on-1 coverage near sideline. Backpedaling, caught it. Inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. The officials will talk about it. And it's a catch to the 17. First down yardage and more. 32 yards. Second time Jones and McDonald have connected for 32, and the Braves scramble forward to the 17-yard line. Minute 54 to go, 14-point deficit for UNCP. They have 2 timeouts to go, 2 receivers either side of the formation. 1st and 10 from the 17. Jones hit as he throws, trying to go back shoulder for Quay 3. And the contact forced Jones to underthrow it. 2nd and 10. Some big plays in big spots. But UNCP needs something here. Given that there's only a minute 50 to go, even if they score quick, we'll likely see Hunter Braswell attempt an onside kick. Jones in the gun, 2nd and 10 to the 17. Straight drop, looks downfield. Quick throw to the near side is completed to McDonald. Down near the 10, he's still a couple of yards shy of the first down. 3rd and 2 as Milliken wrapped him up and prevented him from getting any further. And Shane Richardson will take his 2nd timeout. So the Braves need a touchdown, then they're putting all their marbles into an onside kick. Braves down 45-31. Regardless of what happens, you have to give so much credit to these players. Battling all game long, giving Lenoir-Rhyne an absolute run for its money. And hey, they're still not out of it. You score quickly, minute 38 right now, you score quick. Potential onside kick, or you still have a timeout. But that calling of the 2nd timeout of the half by Shane Richardson really says, okay, it's onside kick, or it's ball game. But first, the Braves have to find the end zone. 3rd and 3 from the 10-yard line of Lenoir-Rhyne. Eric Price motions out left. The speedster, former track runner at App State, now comes along in a jet sweep. Jones fakes the handoff to him, whips it on the left side to Sheridan, and Josh Sheridan goes down for a loss at the 11. 4th and 4. And Shane Richardson forced to use his final timeout. Minute 26 to go. A couple of these situations where the Braves have gotten deep into Lenoir-Rhyne territory and they need a few yards to keep the chains going, move along downfields. They've kept it short. Read option on a crucial 4th and 3 play that Jones didn't convert on. And then right there, Sheridan had some space, but a quick downhill tackle made by Landon Scott kept him from advancing any further. And now the play of the year for the Braves. They convert, they still have a chance to take down the number 7 team in the country. UNCP returns home next Saturday, take on UVA Wise at American Indian Heritage Day. Braves will be sporting their uniforms in honor of the Lumbee tribe. Braves have it at the far hash. Possibly an advantage for them since they do have a righty quarterback. Allow Jones more room to roll to the field side. 4th and 3 at the 11. Braves down 14, minute 26 to go. And Drew Cronick will take a timeout. We'll see that a lot. Opposing teams want to see what look the offense will give. Because a lot of times in a situation like this, the offense is going to dig into their playbook and find the absolute best play they have for this situation. Important to note, though, for Lenoir-Rhyne, Kyle Duggar is out today. It's the 3rd straight game that he's missed. Duggar, a legitimate NFL prospect. He's projected to be drafted anywhere between the 2nd and 4th round, so a mid-round guy at safety, a special teams weapon, obviously a force to be reckoned with in the defensive backfield. The Braves have not had to deal with him today. Lenoir-Rhyne hoping they can get him back at some point this season. Right now for UNCP, they need to get down to about the 7.5-yard line. They have it right now at the 11. It's a 4th and 3. The Braves trailing by 14. A back and forth battle between two teams that just don't want to lose today. Jones in the gun, Blair Young to his left, 3 motions across the formation to the near side. 4th and 3 to keep the upset bid alive. Jones throws, end zone, deflected in the air, 3, caught it, was his foot down? No. They'll say he was out of bounds. It ricocheted high in the air and Quay 3 extended, caught the football, but his foot was not in bounds. And indeed to football, there's no replay review. A valiant battle by the Braves as they fall just short against the number 7 and 9-0 Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. A minute 20 to go, no timeouts. Lenoir-Rhyne can just take a few knees and seal the deal in this one. LR in victory formation. Willingham under center, takes the snap, takes the knee.
Willingham takes a knee.
UNCP, you really can't complain about the way that they competed today. I think at this point of the season, that's all you could ask for from them. You go into a top 10 team's house, a team fighting for really a national championship and for seeding in the playoff to help them on that road to a possible national title. The Braves had nothing to lose, and they came in here and they played their tails off, fought hard, had leads throughout the game, took a lead in the 3rd quarter, but fell just short as Willingham takes the final knee, and that will ice it. UNCP falls 45-31 here in Hickory, North Carolina. The Braves will return home next Saturday. They should hold their heads up high, though. This was a really fun game to watch. Hope that you all enjoyed listening to it on the UNCP Sports Network. 45-31 is the final. We'll give you some final statistics here. Braves, 502 total yards of offense against one of the best defenses in the nation. LR allows less than 300 total yards per game. Major credit to this coaching staff and the players for executing an offense. Defensively, got some big plays when they needed the most. 120 rushing yards is about 40 yards more than LR allows per game. Josh Jones, 382 passing yards. That's a career record. 34 for 45 through the air, 2 touchdowns, and again, no interceptions. He's only a sophomore. What a bright future does he have with UNC Pembroke. Josh Sheridan leads the way in the ground, 78 rushing yards. D'Angelo Blair-Young, 49 rushing yards. 2 UNCP receivers over the century mark. Marcus McDonald, some big-time snags in big spots, 7 catches, 142 yards. Sean Brown, the freshman, best game of his career, undoubtedly, really for both those guys. Brown, 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown as well. Fahim Diab had a touchdown catch, too, for the Braves. But at the end of the day, what really cost him. Braves had the ball 4th down and short from the LR5, down by 7. They run a read option, come up just short. Next play, Grayson Willingham, under center, rolls left, and is brought down at the 1-yard line. It's a 2nd and 13. Braves down only by 7 about midway through the 4th quarter. The very next play out of the shotgun, play action, 99 yards to a wide open Jaquay Mitchell. And that was all she wrote at that point. Braves could not respond and score a touchdown. But again, they certainly battled. UNCP back in action, finally returning home for the first time since homecoming. On October 12th, they'll take on UVA-Wise in a game that the Braves will look to finish out their season on a high note with. Big thank you to all of you for joining us here in the UNCP Sports Network. It's been a pleasure today, a fun game to call, a fun game to watch. But unfortunately for the Braves, they come up on the losing side, 45-31, the final. Again, back in action next Saturday at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. We'll have that broadcast for you live on the UNCP Sports Network. Until then, signing off from Hickory, North Carolina at historic Moretz Stadium at Lenoir-Rhyne University. I'm John Gross. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday.